everybody, welcome back to Boomx Beauty Beat. As promised, we're going to be doing some Robert Welsh designery artistry today. My name is Laura and this is a mature beauty channel, but for gosh sakes, every age and gender is welcome here. But I really felt like we needed a place where us mature women could play and be artistic as well, because yeah, we're not that invisible. Half our life is spent over the age of 40, at least half. So yeah, we have so much focus on, 20 years of youth, and the rest of our lives were sort of, I feel, ignored. So I started this channel in order for, somebody like myself who still has a great passion for makeup and love for everything beauty. I'm a retired makeup artist of 25 years. I had a bunch of health problems for several years, and I'm using this channel to kind of build my strength back, my confidence back, and it is working, you guys. I am feeling so much better about myself since doing this channel, and I have to give a shout out to the subscribers who do build me up so much. You guys don't know. I just thank you so very, very much. There's some ladies on here that have their own YouTube channel as well, and I'm hoping in the future maybe we can collaborate and put a little power out to those mature women out there who just feel like, yeah, forgot about us. The world forgot about us. Anyway, speaking of which, many of us have been mothers, and I don't know about you guys, but I breastfed my children and I didn't get a boob job or anything like that, so I have really large breasts, and they are heavy and they sag from all those years of breastfeeding, and not years, like 2 children 2 times. It literally, look at this, it takes me 3, not 1, but 3 bras, I'll stand up, to keep them up. They don't want to stay up, they always want to fall, and it also helps support my back. So if you're looking at all these straps on my shoulder, yeah, I love off the shoulders, but I surely can't wear a bra like that. Anyway, hot flash every damn time I start this video thing. What we're gonna do, I am not a big lover of blue eyeshadow on my eyes. I don't mind like certain tones. Like I love the teal MAC that I did the other day. I love the color of it, but blue eyeshadow is a fear for me. I just feel like I came from the, I'm an 80s girl, and we used to look at women and try to talk them out of wearing blue eyeshadow on their eyes because they were, looking really like from the 50s. So when I see a mature woman with blue eyeshadow on, it scares the life out of me. But hey, you know what? I'm going to do my best to make it look, nice and artsy. I don't like rules. I like to break anything for rules that gets thrown at me, or prove that you can do different things. But I mean, you can do blue really bad too. And I have to go out later with my girlfriend. We have not been out in a long time, and so we're just going to go and have a bite to eat together. And if it looks really garish, I probably will be toning it down. But let's just do the Robert thing today, because the video that stood out to me was the Colourpop video, because I have a ton of Colourpop here. If you guys are looking for an affordable good line, I really like Colourpop's eyeshadows. They're quite nice. But I talked about his his abilities in as far as his hand strokes and being able to work with detail and things like that. So I'm going to try to again hone in on some of that technique, but I wanted to show you guys a really amazing eyelash trick that I didn't show you, that both Painted by Spencer and Harush, who we've covered, do. And I thought that looks neat, but does it really do anything? And I'll show you what it does later on, because it is pretty cool, you guys. Anyway, I just want to also give you heads up. I believe the next artist that I'm going to be covering, and I've ordered some stuff because it just came out from Sephora, Sephora is Danessa Myricks. I had a menopause brain freeze. Danessa Myricks. Her artistry fascinates me. It's not a lot of stuff that I can possibly do on my face, but I do want to see if I can incorporate a little of her strategies and stylings. And I told you I wanted to kind of go boy girl, boy girl. And since she just got let into Sephora, she's a black owned beauty brand, which I want to support. I just really thought that would be a neat and experimental thing for me to dive into. So I look forward to doing that. Let's get started. Enough chatting. So James is using a different palette, but Colourpop's Colourpop, same formula. He's just taking a little bit of a fluffy detail brush here, and he's using a color that's blue. It's in between these two, so I'm just going to pick up a little bit of both and tap it onto my hand just to kind of make sure it's not all going to fall off everywhere. And he basically, let's see what he does.
Just for those
so he's taking it.
Do subscribe to me during quarantine.
All right, he's taking it and he's swirling it just gently in this outer corner area and depositing color. Like, I would never grab for this if I was just doing makeup. It's getting a little bit. So if you guys get flecks like I just did, basically my strategy for something like that, I did my base first. He didn't do his base, just probably for that very reason, is I just continually press it into the brush a little better, and I usually can get away with it after that. I just, I feel so uncomfortable sometimes being on camera doing the eyes first without my base being on, and I've always done the base first, so I'm doing things a little bit differently. So where he holds his hand on the brush, if you hold it closer to the brush area, that's going to make the color more intense. For what I can see here, he's holding it about halfway up, you know, and he's quite comfortable with his brush strokes. So I'm just going to deposit the color on and not get to blending it too heavily yet. And just keep a sponge nearby. If you guys do get any falling debris and you have your makeup on already, just quickly brush it away. Or you can always put a little bit of powder there as well, but that kind of ages my eyes, so I don't love doing that. And he's just depositing, like I said, on the outer corner. And we'll just take it slow, not try to go hog wild and blend it all real quick. His does look just a tiny bit more navy, but that's no big deal. Blue's blue. Anyways, so what we're doing now is I just kind of dusted off the excess product, and I'm just taking my brush and swirling it around gently at first, and then what I'll do is just take a clean brush and run over the edges and sort of smooth that out with a different brush, because if I keep using the blue, it will keep looking messy. And just for a base, he used a Sigma base. I don't have the Sigma base, so I just put a touch of the MAC paint pot in soft ochre on my lid. He's going a little more detailed into this socket area and planting a little more darkness right here, about halfway across the lid. So after that first layer is blended, then just go in and add more, but adding more and more and more, well, we all know what kind of disaster that ends up being. So I'm just going to do the other side real quick. I'm just using that darkest navy color that I had in here. He really likes to do a lot of pat. All right, he definitely added a blending stage that he didn't show on camera. So because this is all darkened now in here and I've got it light and I'm following along. So he must have snuck in a little more color on the lid or did something there. So I'm gonna try to make it a little more like his. I'll add a little more to the lid here. And that happens sometimes when you're watching these tutorials, as they do a bunch of blending off camera, which is fine, but then you kind of miss what they did to make it look that smooth. And so I'm gonna bring this up, looks like it's more across the eyelid like that. And then I'm taking, let's take our blending brush from before and just go over and sweep it so that it's a little smoother. Holy man, I wonder if I'm gonna have the courage to go out in blue eyeshadow, you guys. Anybody double dare me? So now what he's doing is he's gonna take a black and deepen it even further. So grab a black. So I'm just gonna grab this black here that's in my other Colourpop. It's in the Stone Cold palette. And what he's gonna do now is just take, I'm gonna use that same tapping brush from earlier and deepen this up. Talking about the quality for the price, and that's so true about Colourpop. I'm just taking a little bit of black onto that flatter brush, and he's just tapping over top of that blue and deepening this outer area here. And that's how you're gonna kind of build your depth. So yeah, like when you think about how much eyeshadow palettes cost, the more expensive ones, and quality for, you know, color payoff and all that good stuff, I think Colourpop's, I mean, it's up there. It's hard to find something at this price point that can do everything that it does do, because the eyeshadows are reasonably good, you know. They're quite good. I don't mind them at all. And especially for going in to something like this, I wanted a blue. If I was going to do a blue, I wanted to know what the formula was about. I'm just taking the end here and creating a little bit of a ridge, just because I need a little bit of lift on the edge of my eye. Now he's taking a white, and I do have a white in this palette here, but it's quite shimmery, so I'm going to take this white from the Stone Cold palette, and he's using a different brush now, and he's taking it up on a flat kind of brush, and basically what he's doing is graduating the white on the inner corner. So he's tapping it on the inner corner to create a little graduation there on the lid. Looks like I still have a little touch more blending to do, and just layering it on so you can, it shows up a little better. And he's got that coming right to the inner corner here. He's using a Super Shock shadow, and I do have some Super Shock shadows. I don't have the exact color he's using, so I was trying to figure out what I'm going to do. But what he is using is a Super Shock shadow that's somewhere in between these two colors. So I'm just going to pick up on my flat brush this white color with a little bit of the pale blue, and he's just going over everything, and it gives it a bit of a shimmer, and tapping it, he's tapping that on and kind of blending that together. The thing about Super Shocks is that they're really silky and smooth, and they have a lot of shimmer payoff, like they almost look wet. So this isn't quite that, but you know, it is incorporating that little bit of shimmer on top, which is kind of neat. He's taking a break from doing his eyes for a minute now, and he's going to, oh, I got something fluffy there. Okay. He's going to the Colourpop Flextarian. This is a Super Shock Cheek shadow. And just taking his finger and putting it into the product and just kind of dabbing this along as a highlighter. It's pretty shimmery, you guys. Woo! So I noticed that another thing that he does is he just takes that afterwards with a little bit of a foundation brush, and he sort of gently goes over it so that it kind of melds into the skin better, because a bunch of shimmer just sticking on top of your cheek looks really obvious and kind of dumb. Well, I don't have any boxes of tissue left, so we're going to be really classy about it and use a bit of TP, but he's using a smaller kind of fluffy brush that you can pick up the darker color with. So he's going in with the darker shade here, and under the eye, holding this kind of underneath, and he's holding this underneath just for falling debris. And then he's really doing a smudgy, this is his thing, he loves doing, taking the dry shadow and just kind of pressing it on underneath as your eyeliner. He went in there afterwards and just took a fluffy brush and just sort of softened it out a little. So if you want to do that, if it's looking a little too determined in there, that's great. Now I got these in the mail. These are the Colourpop cream gel liners. I have heard everybody say great things about this. So I picked some up, and I think he's using this color. He actually doesn't name the color there, but he's putting this in the waterline here. And he loves that effect of doing kind of a different waterline color to, he just loves the pigmentation of it. I don't know if he's going on the top or not. I'll just sort of do the bottom mostly. He says it has really good staying power. Okay, I promised you guys an eyelash trick, and so that's what I'm doing. All he's done so far now is put on mascara, and he's about to put on some Colourpop eyelashes. They look like wispy lashes. So I've just got these Kiss lashes here. These are the Demi Wispies. I like them because the band is so doggone light. I'm just going to take my favorite lash glue, which is the Callus lash glue. I just find it so workable as far as like pliability and so easy to get off. Just gonna dump a little bit of the glue onto this little plastic container here, just so I have a little dollop to work with. This looks complicated, but it really isn't. It's not so bad. I've picked up these Danessa Myricks Freedom 7 lashes that I've seen some of the top makeup artists use, and you can see how they're kind of like pokey. There's no other lashes I've ever seen like this. And so basically what they're doing, which I thought, well, what is that going to do as far as like, you're wearing lashes, you're wearing lashes. And I tried it once and I just was blown away. Like, these kinds of things really excite me. So I'm taking picking it up. You can pick it up with tweezers as well. Putting a little bit dollop of glue on it and layering it on in between a few of these lashes right at the base, and they go better on the lash than they do, I think, easier than on your eye. And I'm just taking it and scattering it. I'm putting one kind of plopped on the towards the end, towards the middle, and then towards the inner part, like 3 or 4 maybe of them, and I'll show you. It's just so pretty. I still haven't gone on my walk today. I can't believe I'm going to be going out looking like this. Well, I guess I've done worse. Just making sure everything's intact. That sure makes a big difference on the eyes, hey? Alright, I'll just go ahead and do the other side and be right back. I was like so frustrated because I got a lippy stick, like what he has puts on for lips, and I couldn't find it anywhere, and it was basically staring me in the face. Has that ever happened to anyone here? So I have Colourpop lip liner in the color BFF. Then I've got this lippy stick, which is brand new. I have not tried it yet, in color, ooh, come here, color, oh, Unreal. And then he uses a bit of a peach lip gloss. So I've got this peachy colored lip gloss from Colourpop in Here's to You. Okay. Gosh, I hate reading the labels because my eyesight's going. So I've never tried these before. I put a little bit of the lip pencil just here to start with. And I was frustrated because I didn't know where I bought it, and I didn't know where it was. Okay, so kind of put this everywhere. I think I have a little different color than him. This looks a little darker than his. It's okay. And then some lip gloss on top. I've not tried their lip glosses before, so this is new. Has anyone else tried them? Anchoring the blue with a neutral lip, or at least like not completely, you know, more neutral in tone. I almost can get away. Do you think I can get away with these eyes going out tonight? Well, we'll see. I'm sure my girlfriend will say something about them. She's seen me in some jewels and stuff before, so I'm sure it's not the weirdest thing I've ever walked out of the house with. But what do you guys think? 50 in blue eyeshadow and leaving the house? Let me know your thoughts. Some of you wouldn't be caught dead, I'm sure, but you know, I might be willing to be daring. I hope you guys enjoyed my little time with Robert Welsh. Just as a wrap up, what I learned from Robert was I learned the halo eye. I learned, you know, to get out of the habit of always having to put liner on the top of my eyes. I learned, you know, using different colors in the waterline area can create so much interest and make the eye look really different. And using that kind of just dry powder under the eye, and some of his smudging techniques and things like that I thought were really good. What I didn't love, you guys know if you watched the last video, is I didn't love that he put concealer right down under the eye without a foundation there first, because for me that just doesn't work. That's cool. And I'm into lots of crazy lip colors. He doesn't like much on his lips, but I mean, I can definitely do this for the day. That's no problem. I could pull this off. And so I had so much fun getting to know Robert better. I mean, I watch his videos, but when you have to follow along with something like this, you watch in a whole different way. And especially if you're trying to nail some different styles of looks that he does. Let me know in the comments below who you guys want to see me do or recreate or dive into more on technique, and I will definitely consider that for future. I would love to hear your thoughts, and I just love having you guys here, and I will definitely look forward to collabing with some of you guys in the future. I just wanted to speak on that for a quick second before I let you go. On Monday is a day in the life video. I collabed with a bunch of other YouTubers that aren't just beauty YouTubers. They're all over the place, because I wanted to experience a collab. I haven't done that yet, and so you guys will have a laugh at my day in the life video on Monday. So just a quick departure from makeup, and then we'll get back to it and as soon as I get my Danessa Myricks products in the mail, I'll be ready to go. Ready to go with the next creator. Take care of you guys and have a great weekend. Bye.